Hi guys, welcome back to Opinionated with
Nelly
and Kelly. Woo! Welcome back. So firstly, before we go anywhere, if you're a returning Sabi, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, please subscribe, please like, please share and comment
Yes.
and tell a friend
to tell a friend, tell their grandma.
Yes, everybody. So today we're having a special episode.
We're not alone today. We have two special guests here with us.
Yes.
And today we'll be diving into everything, all things creativity, everything in the creative space, media. Okay. So here are our guests, two guests here today. Please introduce yourselves, guys.
What's up? Hi, everyone. Thank you to my beautiful hosts for having me.
Thank you.
And yes, like and subscribe. I'd love to introduce myself to you all. I am Nikita van der Vent, aka Nikki Newlands, aka. Yes, I am a multidisciplinary creative strategist. I'm a DJ, a graphic designer, a creative entrepreneur.
Yes.
I'm in tech, a girl in tech, a girl in marketing. Yes, basically that's who I am.
Yeah. And
You, sir.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Been very involved
Yes.
in the podcast.
Yes.
Now, but yeah.
Don't worry, I'm gonna say it. Guys, this is our editor.
Yes. I'm Malik. I go by Made by Lita on Instagram. I am a content editor, photographer, videographer, such and such and such. And I'm aspiring to be a just full-time film director. Dabbling in other spaces like working with models, music artists, events, whatever it is I want to be there and just tell a story. So
Great.
So our guests are doing big things. So y'all better support.
Yes.
And Malik is our editor, guys. So to reference his work, you can look at our videos and you will see Uguti.
just by the way, it's all that. I just
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna do icebreakers, right? So that we
Okay.
can ease into this and get comfortable, so that we can speak our truths. Okay.
my truth.
So I'm gonna do this and that, and then it's gonna be very quick.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is soft life or hustle culture.
Oh, soft, baby.
Soft. Soft.
Mentally, I want to say soft. Nah.
Okay.
I'm more of a hustle.
Okay.
I love just that process of the grind and just even when I complain that I don't sleep, it's because I'm working.
Yeah.
And
it's
you
fine,
enjoy
'cause
that.
I worked and I didn't sleep because I worked. Okay, cool. And then the same and the same and the same. Soft as in now, it's gonna get soft. At some
Okay.
point, but the
Now,
hustle
hustle
mentality is
culture.
it's gonna keep it soft when it gets there. So
You, Nikita?
I would say a bit of both,
Okay.
soft and
Hustle.
hustle culture, because essentially I'm a hard worker, so I do believe in working hard, but I also believe in enjoying the journey. So I'm not. What happens if I'm working for 20 years and if I'm not enjoying it now? Who knows if I'm gonna make it to the end? The finish line.
True.
So I would like to enjoy soft now.
Yes.
Whilst I can, experience it and enjoy it.
True.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm hustling and working hard.
Okay.
I mean, a soft. I'm just a girl. Okay, love or money? Money, ne? Money.
But the money builds the love. So money.
here's
Money.
what a lot of people I think are afraid to admit. They're afraid to admit that money has such a deep-rooted sense of importance and significance in
Yeah.
our lives that, guys, you can't help but,
Need it.
now. You know what I mean? So in a case where what is going to keep you alive right now in our generation
Is the money.
Money?
Love?
I've always chosen love. And I think that's where the problem is. Now I need to choose the money.
Really?
Every single thing about me, about who I am, the essence of me
Yes.
is love.
Yes.
That's all I've ever known. Everything I do, the foundation
love.
in
Is love.
everything I do.
It really is.
It's done in love, but in in capitalist society,
Yeah.
you've got to, yes, chase your passions and chase the things that you love, but
Yeah.
also equip yourself with knowledge so that you know how to turn those things into money.
True.
You know,
Make your skills
yes,
True.
so that you aren't, because people can turn the world can turn the things that you love into worse things, into things that you hate. You know, so you're gonna need to learn skill sets that so you can treasure the things that you love,
I hear you.
because it won't come from anybody else.
Uh-huh.
And if you know those skills really well and you enjoyed learning,
Yeah.
you'll find that even through the work, you
Yeah.
don't take it as work. You
True.
actually take it as, oh, I did this. Let me just do it quickly.
Out of
Yeah.
love.
Not in
Yeah.
the sense where you're telling yourself, I can do it quickly now.
Yeah.
Over, what's the next step? What
Yeah.
do I have to do in this and that and that.
So kind of a balance kind of
Yeah.
situation. Okay, fame or privacy?
Privacy.
Can I go first?
Please.
Okay.
As someone who I came into a bit of popularity whilst being a DJ.
Okay.
It's not easy, hey?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something that I struggled with, and I have regressed in terms of popularity, because at the height of my popularity, it would make me so anxious. It makes me so anxious to know that I could walk into a venue with a new guy that I'm dating, and now so many people are greeting me.
Yeah.
And now this gentleman is looking at me like, who is this girl now? Why is she hugging everybody now in this? You know,
And
sometimes
it
can
kind of
be-
changes you also without even knowing.
It can be a little bit awkward,
Yeah.
also because in the event of you failing or you going through personal struggles, it's if you're at the height of a certain
Yeah.
level of popularity,
Yeah.
sometimes those things are very public.
True.
You know,
Which I think we give celebrities hate for, or influencers.
it's not an easy
So
thing.
Because you can't meet someone in their own private space and then expect them to be what you see
Want
on your
them-
phone.
Yeah, true.
It's not an easy thing. So
Okay.
I struggle with that.
Okay.
I struggle with that, but I also know that depending on your especially in the creative space, right? Depending on what you're deciding to do as a creative, whether it is you're trying to be a DJ or a presenter or an actor
Yeah.
or a musician, those are all public facing careers, you know?
True.
So you're going to have to be comfortable
Yeah.
with
With the
fame.
fame.
You're going to have to be comfortable with sharing
Parts
of yourself that even sometimes, even if you're going through it,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't matter. You always need to. Who wants a sad DJ? Nobody wants a sad
Nobody.
DJ. You know, you've got to always show up
Yeah.
for people.
So your privacy is not necessarily your choice.
You can choose to be a private person.
But people want to know.
Yes.
No, people always want to know.
They
So
always
as soon
wanna
as
know.
You're out there, it's like
Y'all want to know.
Oh, but I think if you set the intention from the beginning and you don't really put yourself out there that much, you share certain things about your career and not your personal life, they'll get it.
Sometimes it's not up to you
No, it's
because
not,
depending on how much people want to know about you, people
Yeah.
can go digging, hey? And then it becomes a wildfire. Then it's not
then
in
you
your
hear
control
stories. Oh my
anymore.
God.
especially with regards to like how you've established yourself now to that sense of audience, because
Okay.
if they know you as a DJ or they know you as this famous person
Yeah.
or whatever the case is, already they feel like they have their own personal obligation to know, oh, what's going on, what's
Yeah.
happening. So regardless of the fact that everyone knows privacy is a thing, everyone wants to be private.
Yeah.
But there are those people that are forgetting that. I was like, no, my privacy is important.
Yeah.
But since they're famous and
Yeah.
they got themselves out
Yeah.
there, oh, clearly they have to tell us everything.
You even
So-
notice that on like social media, like sometimes when people are going through a divorce and then or a breakup or
Yeah.
something personal, you
Then
know,
they have to announce
and
it.
then they publicize maybe like
I
a
don't-
small version
yeah.
of it to just let the viewers know that look, we're separating,
Yeah.
and we just thought it would be best.
Because you guys involved us in the beginning.
I don't think you owe anyone that.
No, you
But
don't.
no, wait, justice for the people, guys. If you're gonna tell me something, and then not tell me something, like why do you tell me something to hide afterwards?
No, and you see, that's why I say it's all on how you establish yourself to the audience of
okay.
it. You know, if you've again in that aspect of like a relationship,
Yes.
right? If you've already now put there that this is my girl, everybody, etc., etc. Oh, this is my hubby, everybody, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Okay.
Then yeah, if you guys do break up, it is your choice
Yeah.
Tell people.
to tell people, but you also need to realize that now you're more pressured to tell people than if it was a thing of if you didn't announce your relationship and y'all went through it, you could have just stayed silent,
Okay.
healed by yourself, move forward, and then come back online. People are like, oh, you're still good, you're still on momentum, you're still vibing. Kante, they don't know what happened.
True.
Can I ask you guys like a question from this privacy and whatnot situation? Yes or no? Is there anything that any one of you is scared of the public finding out? Like, let's say you make it big and you're at the top of your game. Is there that one thing that you're scared of people finding out
On
from
a
your history?
personal level,
Yes.
um,
Yes or no?
my
Just
journey
yes or no?
has been very tough.
Okay.
So sometimes there were certain things that have happened in my story or in my journey that I'm not particularly
Proud of.
happy
Okay.
that, you know, those situations
Yeah.
came about, or like that I was either in that type of situation. But it happened. And if people are going to hold that
against
to
you,
me
yeah.
and hold themselves on a higher pedestal and, you know, want to shame me for certain things in my past, then
So
I
be
mean,
it.
so be it. So no, to answer your question,
No.
no, it really is what it is.
Malik, what about you? Is there anything you're scared of?
On a personal level, not really.
There's nothing.
Yeah, I think it's more so exterior with regards to family background. This is my family.
Okay.
Is out there.
Okay.
Now that things have sort of
Well done.
leveled and
Okay.
they're not more so that social.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still that aspect of the stuff that did happen, which they can want to try to tie back to myself.
But for you personally,
But for
no.
me personally, nah.
Okay.
I'm afraid to share.
Kelly,
Um.
just yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. You.
Yeah. Like.
You.
I know.
This you. Okay, let's move on.
But I didn't get your answer. Fame or privacy?
Privacy.
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 I would love privacy, but I understand that
In your line of work.
in my line of work and where I'm going, I
Your personal preference.
Yeah.
I would love to maintain a private life, but
Okay.
unfortunately, my calling for my life is bigger than what I am and who I am. Therefore, being honest and authentic and even sharing certain things that are even painful is what's for me. And because I know that this may help
Someone else. Yes.
And in wanting that people to have access to information and people to know certain things, you know, I have to be okay with being an open book.
Okay. So now that we've broken the ice, we are going to get into the gist of our conversation today. So we're speaking about your lower careers and I think establishing yourself in the media industry as a whole, the hardships, etc. So we're just going to do a Q&A and then we're going to dive deep. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do one question each.
Yeah. I think we're going to do a back
One
and
after.
forth. Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you guys, what's that one thing that made you really fall in love with what you're doing?
I'm somebody who loves constantly evolving. And I think at every point in my career, there's been a sense of evolution. So that's the thing I love about being a creative. Is that you're constantly creating, growing, changing, learning. And, you know, and once you gather new information, you don't have to be stagnant with
Yes.
it. You can actually evolve and grow and change, you
You're
know.
allowed to change your mind.
The creative industry offers you a lot of change and experimentation, you know, with yourself as a person and
Also with
your
the
career.
people that you meet.
True.
100%.
Honestly.
So for me, that's it. It's essentially it's the evolving. It's the evolving for me. That's the thing that I've fell in love with the most.
And you, Malik?
For me, it's self-exploration
Okay.
more than anything, because I feel like, especially now, we're so focused on establishing ourselves in society for the sake of stability and whatnot. We've lost that imagination.
True.
Those core parts of us within our childhood that we literally create something out of nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Now
what
we wanna create for
creation
people.
is.
Exactly.
True.
Now we want to create for people, you know. And now in understanding that, it's like, okay, that is a level of realization that you have to come to, that at some point, yeah, I need to now put myself out there for people, but why not do it in my own type of way, in
Yes,
my own direction? And you'll even see that I'm only in the space that I'm in now years after realizing that I did this as a hobby in my free time whenever I just wanted to make something. And then getting into it where it's like, hey, you can still do this, push it to your, you know, greatest potential, and eventually make a living out of it while assisting and helping other people, and again, inspiring on top of that. Hey, it changes the world, and really that's really all I want to do, is change the world somewhere.
In
Okay.
a good way.
Yeah, the
Can I
best
just
way.
say, guys, like, you know, just
Hey,
just
promotions in there,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But how did you guys get into how did you get into editing, and how did you get into DJing? But I think like you're a serial creator.
Yeah, I'm a
if that makes
serial
sense.
creator.
Because you in marketing, tech.
Yeah.
So how did you
Where was
find your
the
feet?
foundation? Where did it start? Where
Yes.
was
The
first
foundation is in music,
Okay.
Yes.
hip hop. Hip hop saved my life, actually. I don't feel like I speak
Really?
on it like
How
Enough.
so?
as much as
If you don't mind.
I would. How I got into music as a whole. I used to collect music and burn CDs for people. Very illegal. Illegal.
Incriminating
So you're
yourself.
gonna like be digging about my pot. Those are the things you're gonna find.
At least you told them.
You know, so I used to burn CDs for people in my neighborhood. So they would even tell my age, you know, because burning CDs was like, now you guys have USBs where you could just put music
Yeah.
on USBs.
I don't even think people still use that
People
anymore.
don't use CDs anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Those but now they've become more collectors' merch.
Yeah. So I would
Evolution.
collect music. I would listen to, like, I have libraries and libraries of every genre of music, rock, hip hop, you know,
Yeah.
reggae. My dad was a huge Bob Marley fan.
Yeah.
Like, he's even got tattoos of Bob Marley on his
Damn.
body. So when I talk Stan culture, my dad is the true version of it. So that, like, learning all the different genres, you know, really set a foundation for me. And when I had come to Johannesburg, I left my grandmother's house and I told her, like, I want to try this DJ thing.
Yeah.
I was working as a waitress in a nightclub during university days, and I would see the DJs and I'd be like, oh my God, I want to be just like them.
Why am I not there?
Yes, and this was
should be
back
me.
in Durban, right?
Yeah.
So DJ Switch and DJ Milkshake were they were always booked at the venue I was working, right? They were quite popular
Yeah.
at that specific venue, and I thought DJ Switch was just incredible. I thought he was such a cool, talented DJ, you know? And I was like, no, man, I want to be like
One of
these
those.
And I'm
guys.
so glad you mentioned that, because you need to see
Yes. Yes.
in order to dream.
Yes.
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 That's
Yes.
So they inspired.
Yes.
Okay.
Called the power principles of a vision,
Ah.
and it goes in deep dive into, if you have a vision of something, the mind doesn't know what's fake and what's real.
Yeah.
So when you think about something, it's like, oh, I want that Porsche.
Yeah.
I want
So
house.
expose
And you
yourself.
start doing it, and you start doing it.
Eventually, it's gonna come to you, and you won't
True,
even
true.
realize it within that moment until you actually sit still, reflect, and you're like, oh, because I actually said this while I was lower.
Yeah.
Now I'm here.
Yeah.
So go see that Porsche. Go
Test drive it.
test drive it
And fetch me on the way.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Your question to Malik.
Oh yes. How did you get into editing?
Again, it was just a hobby that I didn't even realize was a passion at that point in time. I've been a soccer player since I can't even remember, even mentally thinking, having a capacity to remember.
Yeah.
And my goal had always been, from that point in time, was just a straight line. It was play, improve, get to Europe, do trials, perform really well, one day become a professional, big awards, etc., etc. Then now when I went to Spain, I was now being hit with big, corrupt, and very negative side of the sports industry in general.
Yeah.
People actively like exploiting you because you're a foreigner. First season, I performed so well that like I was one of the best players in my team.
Yeah.
Excellence in
The
the
same
room.
agency wanted me to pay double to progress.
Yeah.
Now, and at that point, I was like, this shouldn't be how I'm living. all the
Which
time.
is good that you share that, because I think when people envision themselves playing and doing all of these things, they don't think about the behind the scenes of it
No,
all.
There have been moments where actually, like, I've had agents, coaches, managers, racism.
Yeah.
Some people judging.
Damn.
Me for
I've
certain
actually never,
activities.
sorry to cut you, I've never thought about the dark side to
Of
football,
sports.
of
Yeah.
sports as
Same.
well.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
dark ends and unspoken conversations with regards to
Yeah.
just like the sports industry, and it's
Yeah.
at different levels, you know. Like,
Yeah.
With,
and with regards to what you're exposed to, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who isn't as knowledgeable or even as fortunate from the position that I went
Yeah.
would actually be put through worse, you know, and they wouldn't be known what to do. Believe it or not, I was actually, because of the situation with a agent that I was
Yeah.
signed to at the time, within the last 5 months I was there, I actually nearly went to jail in Germany. And it was because my Spanish ID was expired. And now I was only there for that long because this agent told me, no, after it expires, you have 90 days still. So as long as
Which
you
is
go back
something you didn't
home-
know in the beginning.
Yeah, he was like, as long as you go back home within the 90 days, you'll be fine. I get to the
Can't
airport.
lose.
I'm like, no, I'm still within 90 days. They're like, it's expired.
Damn.
And the thing is, when you're young, you're very gullible.
Exactly. So as soon as I got back home, I was exposed to a lot of negativity, even from family, with regards to what I did was worthless,
Yeah.
didn't mean anything. And then it was just let me post videos, let me post videos, let me post videos.
Well, so when you say they thought it was worthless, like what? Because you didn't come back with like
The success
money or
they had
the,
envisioned.
As in, like, I basically didn't come back with something tangible that's gonna be like, oh, you're there now and you've established yourself as a soccer player. Directly, I was told by a family member that as soon as I got back, she phoned me and said, okay, what's the plan now? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, you're back. You're still in the same place. Are you going to university? You're looking for a job? And I'm like, you're telling me all of this when I've just experienced
The most
the
traumatic.
most traumatic things, but also at the heights of going to Spain is one of my biggest accomplishments.
True.
True.
Because it's not anybody who
Exactly.
can leave
Yeah.
the country because of sports. Shout out.
actually well
They-
done.
yeah.
That's so real.
Yeah.
So coming back, how I even got into video editing professionally was literally just an ad. And
Okay.
I was like, you know what?
This is serious.
Just apply.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
apply.
Yeah.
And that's all I did. I was like, just apply. Just that mentality of do it. If it comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Yeah.
30 minutes later, my boss called me and he was like, how much time do you have on your hands? I was like, dude, all the time in the world. He was like, you're hired.
Let's work.
Damn.
I also think
That was
like
nice.
because of the way the world is evolving, like there is definitely room for editors, like creatives.
I
Oh,
think
now more
It's
than
like-
ever.
Yes.
It's becoming one of the most like lucrative
Yeah.
places that you could possibly be in because everyone wants to tell a story.
Yeah.
Everyone. wants to
Everybody
tell
has a story to tell.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's about like, again, in some instances, being that link to help people tell a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you can recall.
Oh,
our meeting
years.
did she tell you how we met?
How did you meet?
She was working.
Yes,
and I
but,
was, no. I was
Okay.
purchasing what's this? A drink of mine
Yeah.
before I was heading to the gym, and now midway of Kelly being such.
Yang kuluma
You know
cool.
what I'm saying?
And
She's
I was like,
oh man, this podcast, you need an editor. And I'm like,
Oh, yes. You
Yo.
did tell me that.
Yeah.
yes. Like he was a customer.
and now
Yeah.
imagine, off of buying things before I went to the gym, someone's like, podcast. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, hey.
And you
editor
came at the
here.
right time. Oh, praise
Now,
God.
Praise God.
Honestly.
Praise God.
Damn.
That's how I met him.
Okay,
it's literally off of
guys.
that.
Okay.
now here.
My next question is, do you guys believe in basically suffering and struggling for your craft? Like the whole starving artist thing.
Ooh, what a loaded you guys are trying to make me cry, right?
Really?
Cry.
Ooh,
Yeah. That's a good one.
Your tissue. You get your tissue.
I don't essentially believe in struggling or suffering for your craft, right?
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think people choose to struggle
Okay.
and suffer in their craft.
Yeah.
I don't essentially think that something that you love so much, you know, you
should
don't
suffer for it.
envision suffering for it, you know.
Okay.
Shouldn't have to fight as hard.
You don't do it out of a place of lacking. You're doing it from a place of abundance.
Yeah.
Yet you will find yourself in situations if you don't come from a good support structure.
Yeah.
Like, and I speak about a support structure so much because when you are a creative and when you lack a support structure, it is very evident in your work. It's very evident in your life.
Yeah.
It's very evident in the things that you go through
Yeah.
and the things you have to
you accept.
exactly and the things that you have to overcome.
Yeah.
So when you are working from that place of not having anybody to support you when things are not going so
Yeah.
good, or in a place where you're lacking, or because being in entertainment means your payments aren't always as
Yeah,
structured.
they fluctuate. Yes.
As one needs it to be, especially within this economy.
True.
And not having somebody to hold your hand when things are a little bit tough
Yeah.
will be that thing that makes or breaks you.
Yeah.
It is the reason that there are so many good, talented people that are not in places where they should
Yeah.
be because they lack that support.
Okay.
And when you don't come from a family that cultivates artistry or creativeness,
True.
or a place a family that understands that, my child could make it and go to Spain.
Yes.
My child could make it and travel the world and be a DJ,
I mean, other people are doing it.
They don't pour into you
No, then
because they don't see worth in this
Yeah.
creative thing. But at the same time, once you do make it, there's all these expectations of you to feed the entire bloodline now of this creativity that
Nobody supports it.
nobody supported.
Yeah.
and that's the biggest misunderstanding that most creative space
Yeah.
face is being misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because you're the only one that can
See
your
their vision.
Yes.
I think also being a creative, you're highly in tune with your emotions.
Very,
so
very.
when you don't receive that support, it eats at you.
Man, it does.
And when people are not behind you, supporting you and backing you up, it makes you overthink what you're doing to a point where you could
Because
you
you
could
But
need
I've
a
actually seen
foundation like
that conversation quite often on TikTok
Okay.
as of late, where certain creatives are speaking about how they don't feel their community
support
is supporting them when they're
Okay.
doing live shows. The turnouts aren't as good and as great
Yeah.
as they would hope for.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe because the only people that have ever supported me are strangers.
Okay, true, yes.
And God will send your people.
God always
Yeah.
sends you
Yeah.
so.
God has sent me more people outside of my family.
Then the people that you know,
In my
honestly.
family
So-
coming to me saying,
Exactly.
"Hey, let me help you out.
Yeah.
Let's do this type of thing." So on that front, like, yeah,
Which is why I don't necessarily think you should be too sad or don't harden your heart when the people in your circle or the people around you are not supporting you, because God will send you strangers
True.
to support, and you need to be
Yeah.
grateful for those strangers.
Yes.
You need to be so grateful when a person scrolls on their feed and stops on your
And
video
likes.
And they like and
it
they
and takes some time
comment.
to
Tag
comment
something.
or tag or give you a little bit of information
Yeah.
because they didn't need to.
Yes.
they really didn't.
And there's this expectation that we have of strangers that they must support us and they
True.
don't have to do
They're
a
not
damn
I think we
thing.
expect
Not
more
obligated.
our people, our friends, our families to support us. But when they don't, how do we feel about that?
It demoralizes us more than like a random person could come through and be like, "I can't help you." Then you'll be like, "Okay, I found someone else." It's like,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't think I take it personally
When they don't
anymore
support.
at anybody.
Can I
Anymore.
just say, I feel
Yes,
like
I don't take it personally at anybody not supporting
as a
me.
creative,
Not my mother, not my father, not because I've never had that support, right?
Okay.
So I can't now. Yes, there was a part where through my journey, I was so like, I'd be so sad that like I have a gig, but I've literally got nobody to call to help me get to the show.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you see certain gaps in your life where other people have a sense of support and you don't,
Yeah.
I've stopped feeling sorry for myself.
And Beyonce said it. Me, myself,
You
and
are
I.
gonna make me.
Well, I got in the end.
Because God will always send you people
Yeah.
that will support you, you know?
True,
So
true,
that lack that you feel, there's really no need to feel that lack.
So the suffering is not called for.
Honey.
You have to-
I have tissue.
yeah,
Okay.
so good.
I don't want the tissue to be on my face, though.
Okay.
Kiss on my baby. And you,
Just remind me of the question.
suffering for your craft, ne?
Yes.
In terms of just the overall stuff, I think it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Because at any point in time, you are going to suffer in something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if
Okay.
you're coming from a lifestyle that everything is solved for you. A
Mm-hmm.
part of you is going to suffer in
The
something.
endurance.
And you have to endure through that, you know. And like in some moments, self-belief will get you further than the belief and
Delusion.
support.
Of others.
Yeah, that word specific.
Delusion.
I've never been afraid
Need
to admit
a certain
that
level of
I'm
delusion
not
to be a creator.
I'm really delusional.
And you have
and
to
I'm
be
more delusional than I've been for years. Just with regards to like
Is this a Lulu?
Is this the
It
Lulu?
is. That's the thing. Like most of the content that I'm exposed to, some of the people that I'm exposed to, some of them are like, "Oh no, I'm crazy. I'm insane." This, that,
'Cause
and the
you
third.
need to see it
Exactly.
first.
You gotta see it. And here's a story actually
Yeah.
inspired me. So you guys know Walt Disney, right?
Yes.
So before he built Space Mountain at Disneyland, he was sitting on a bench, just looking into the sky, and one of like the maintenance ground staff workers and stuff came to him. And he's like, "Oh, Mr. Disney, what you doing?" And he's like, "No, I'm just envisioning." And he was like,
Hey.
"What are you looking at?" It's like, "I see a mountain."
Oh.
And he was like, "I don't see anything, sir." And he's like, No, I see a mountain." He passed on. Then when they created Disneyland and Space Mountain, right,
Yes.
someone within the crowd, while they were, giving all the tributes, said to his wife before she went up to speak, they were like, "Oh, he would have loved to see this."
Yeah.
As soon as she went onto the podium, she was like, "This young man said something to me and I want to correct him. Walt already saw the mountain."
Oh, because he envisioned it.
Envisioned. And that's all it's literally about. If you're that delusional to be able to see it even before it's even come to you,
Yeah.
it means it's already there.
Yeah.
And I
It's
feel
on the
like there's a
building blocks of getting
reason
there.
these things get planted in us. It's not just in vain.
Exactly. And you'll learn that even through the suffering, it'll teach you different things that you probably wouldn't have even learned and taken in for yourself. Gonna be times where I can't rely on my family.
True.
Yeah.
I can't rely on my friends.
Yeah.
To explore and be out there. So that's why it's like, even in the sense of having strangers a blessing, it also teaches you that you can go to anyone now.
Yeah.
And as long as
Yeah.
God has sent you in that direction,
He will
that's
provide.
the plan for you.
And he does.
He will provide.
He will.
Guys,
Tenfold.
honestly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like literally tenfold.
And Beyonce said it, guys. Beyonce said
What
it.
did she say?
She said it's me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end.